Assalamualaikum students, how are you? I'm sure you all are doing well. So it's time for SST. So I would request you all to please open your SST book and along with your notebooks and get to the page number 16 of your book. So we have explained the chapter measuring the weather and now it's time for exercise. If you remember one thing, I told you to please write down the very first question when we were doing this chapter. I'm sure many of you have written the question 1 of exercise. If you haven't done, now it's time to write the question number 1 on page number 16. So we are going to do the exercise. I'm sure you have opened your notebooks and books and now it's time to write the very first answer. So the first question is, why do you think the glass measuring cylinder of the rain gauge is inside an outer container? So when we were talking about the measuring cylinder, I told you all about it, that the rain gauge is used to measure the amount of rainfall. So the answer is the measuring cylinder in the rain gauge is inside the container to prevent evaporation as far as possible, which would give an incorrect reading. So this is the answer of the question. If you have a problem in writing from the video, I will share the pictures with you. Okay, now question number 2 is, why it is important to know which direction the wind is blowing from. What does the vane have a tail? Okay, now he is talking about wind vane. So now this question has two parts. Now we will do the part 1 of the question and then we will do the second part of the question. So the part 1 answer is because it is a powerful factor in predicting the weather. Northerly wind direction generally brings cold and weather. Wind from the southerly direction generally bring precipitation. Now the problem is why I am highlighting the words. Exactly, I am highlighting these words so you can write with open eyes, with more open eyes actually. That's why I am highlighting, but you will not underline it. Okay, I can hear this line of many of my students. Okay, so this is the part 1 of the question. Now it's time for writing the part 2 of this question. So what was the part 2? The part 2 was, why does the vane have a tail? So I would request you to write the part B answer of this question from next paragraph. Okay, the tail on the wind vane is to keep the arrow pointing in the direction from which the air is blowing. Okay, now write it down. That's great. I'm sure you have done it. Okay, do your work neat and clean and don't forget to draw the margin line and writing the date. Okay, question 3. So question 3 will be the home task. Now you just have to write the question number 4. I'll explain question number 3 later on. Okay, now question number 4 is, why do we need to measure weather and keep a record? Why it is important for us to keep a weather record? Okay, answer is, we will write answer in points. Number 1, because it can help in many ways. For example, weather warning can be help to protect life and property. So this is the first point. And the second point is, day-to-day plans can be amended in the light of the forecast. What is the meaning of amended? Amended means change. We can change our plans according to weather. Again, I am highlighting these words for you people so you cannot do a spelling mistake. I'm sure you will not do, inshallah. I know my students, they are very smart and genius. Okay, point number 3. Farmer can also benefit from this and plant their crops accordingly. Okay, kindly write the correct spelling of the words. So this is the end of our exercise. I'm sure you have done it. If you haven't done, you can so watch the video again. Okay, now time for home task. So you will read question number C, page number 16 of your book. You will research about it and then you will write the answer. So the question is, which of these measuring weather devices is also used in cooking or candle making? Rain gauge, wind vane, thermometer, barometer. Now you will research about it, you will find a lot about it and then you will give the answer in your neat notebooks. Okay, now that's enough for today. I'm sure you have enjoyed it. I'm sure you have completed your notebooks. Now it's time to say Allah Hafiz to all of you. Inshallah Ta'ala, I'll see you in the next class. But before winding up, I would request you all to please check whether you have write down the date or not. See you Inshallah Ta'ala in the next class. Allah Hafiz. Have a great